guys, I'm Miss Lexy. Welcome to Connected Heartstrings, my singing class. Today I'm going to be teaching you all about intervals, what they are, where they come from, how to sing them, and how to remember them. So stay tuned. An interval is the difference in pitch between two notes. So in any song you sing, when you're jumping from one note to the next, you're singing an interval. So intervals come from music theory. Music theory is the study of the practices and possibilities of music. It's basically math for music, and it can get really complicated. I'm in college, and I'm still learning about music theory to this day. Just like how you can spend your whole life learning math, you can spend your whole life learning science, you can spend your whole life learning about music theory, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, intervals come from scale degrees. Scale degrees are the number of which the position of a particular note on a scale is in relation to the tonic. So here we have a C major scale, which I told you about in the first and second Do Re Mi videos. We have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C is going to be tonic because that's the first scale degree. The first scale degree in any scale is tonic. So the number of tonic is going to be 1. And then the second note is the second scale degree is number 2. It's going to be D. The third scale degree is E. Fourth, F. Fifth, G. Sixth, A. Seventh, B. Eighth, back to C. Because remember, in every scale, we always return to the first note, this being C. So now, intervals are the space between these scale degrees. This is where it gets fun. So the intervals I've drawn here for you, these are all major and perfect intervals, okay? So they're all going to be composed of whole steps. In music, you have half steps and whole steps. And I'm going to show you what those look like from my virtual piano, which actually I'm going to link down below and you can have access to, so you guys can mess around and jump between half and whole steps with me on your free piano. So I'm going to tap the screen there. So basically, this is the piano, and as I was saying, we have half versus whole steps. Now, a whole step, if we start here, this is a C. Just so you know, let's do a little piano crash course right here. If you look closely, there's 2 black notes scattered on the piano. You see these pairs of 2? And then there's pairs of 3. There's pairs of 3, and these pairs alternate. They're alternating up in different pitches of scales. So before the first black key of the set of 2 is going to be C. And C sounds like, and then we have D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Believe it or not, you've sung that scale just about 1 billion times in my class so far. And those were all whole steps. From C to D is a whole step. But then if we wanted to have half steps, which I'm not going to get too into today, but I do want to show you what a half step is. A half step in music or on a piano is from C to the next black note. See how that sounds different from a whole step? So this is a half step. And then this is a whole step. Those are different. Today we're going to be talking about primarily whole steps. So the first interval that you have in a major scale is major second. That's going to be between the first 2 scale degrees of a scale. And I just played it for you, but I'll play it again. It sounds like this. And the song that can help you remember this is actually Happy Birthday. So we have Happy Birthday birthday to you. So the first interval in that song, happy birthday, is a major second. Ba, ba, ba. Next interval we have is a major third. It's between the tonic note, C, using a C major scale, and the third scale degree, E. And it's gonna sound like this. Ba, ba. The song that I use to remember that is the song, Oh When the Saints Come Marching In. So it's gonna be like, oh when the saints, oh when the saints, oh when the saints go marching in. That's an old folk song, and I'll link it down below if you guys want to listen to more of that. So the next interval we have is perfect fourth, and it's going to be called perfect fourth because it's a perfect interval. There are 3 perfect intervals, the 4th, the 5th, and the 8th, which the 8th is an octave note, but we'll get there. So a perfect fourth interval sounds like this. I love this one because this one's very easy to remember. Ba, ba, here comes the bride, all dressed in white. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so this song, to remember the perfect fourth, is Here Comes the Bride. That's a fun one, but not as fun as this next interval. So the next interval we have is perfect fifth, which, like we started this video with, is the Star Wars theme song. We're gonna listen for the interval, or I'm gonna tell you what it is. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. So that interval right there, ba, 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 is ba, 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 da, da. So that is a perfect fifth between the tonic note and the 5th scale degree. So then we have major 6. A major 6 is gonna sound like this. So it's another step above the perfect fifth, and it's between the tonic and the 6th scale degree. And the song that I like to use when I think of this interval is the opening to a news show called NBC. I don't know if you've ever seen it, your parents probably have, and you can ask them all about it, but it's gonna sound like this. NBC. So, here, our next interval is the major 7th, okay? This one's a wide stretch, it's a pretty wide leap. So it's gonna sound like this. Ba, ba. The song to remember that interval with is the song called Take On Me by the band AHA. This band is a 1980s band, and they really only had like 2 major hits, this song being a major hit. And I'm gonna show you where in the chorus this interval takes place, and it's really catchy, so it's easy to hear. Here we go. So the chorus goes like, take on me, ba-da-ba-ba, I'll be gone. So the I'll be is a major 7th. That's a fun one because I love 80s, as you know. Okay, and now our last major interval is a perfect 8th, or just an octave. An octave is between the same notes, just in different registers. Get real close and personal here. So here we have the C, as I said. This is a lower register C. Taking it up an octave, or a perfect 8th, we're gonna go here. Remember how I said there were, and crooked there, sorry. Remember how I said there were pairs of 2, pairs of 3, and then pairs of 2? Between those pairs, that's an octave. So you see this pair of 2 right here? And this pair of 2? Well, this C, going from this C to this one, is a perfect eighth. That's an octave. The song that I like to pair with that particular interval is the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow from Wizard of Oz. It's gonna sound like this, and the interval takes place right in the beginning. So I'm gonna sing it for you. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a place that I've heard of once in a lullaby. If you want to see Dorothy do that way better than I just did it, I'm going to link it down below for you as well to watch. So I got a little carried away there, but those are some of the best songs to remember intervals with. Say you're starting voice lessons or you're taking a music class at school, and even if you're not taking a music class at school, there are so many free online resources to learn about how to read music, how to learn about music theory, and learn way more than I could teach you in a 10-minute video class. So I'm gonna link down below a couple websites that you can definitely check out with your parents or your friends or just on your own and learn all about music theory. So I will see you all in the next class, which I'm going to be teaching you the basics of rhythm and also how to beatbox, which is really cool, or called vocal percussion, which I'll get more into in the next video. So I look forward to teaching you guys then, and of course, happy singing. Enjoy.